He sat across from me, the same man who fired my stepdad years ago. Now he needed something from me, and he had no idea who I was until I told him. That lunch, it wasn't a meeting, it was payback. If you've ever wished karma would do its job, hit that like button, subscribe, and settle in, because this story is cold, quiet, and perfectly satisfying. Let's go back to 1997. I was just starting out. My stepdad, who was the operations manager at a telecom company, got me a summer job there. What I thought would be a short gig turned into something I genuinely enjoyed. It felt like the beginning of a career. But only a few months in, everything changed. My stepdad, a kind, hardworking man, had a disagreement with the owner. It wasn't even something serious. But the owner, this arrogant, self-important jerk, fired him. Just like that, no warning, no reason. He disrespected my stepdad, disregarded everything he'd done. And I was left working under the same man who tossed away my family like trash. But I didn't quit. I was young, I needed the job, and I wanted experience. But the red flags were everywhere. My pay? Constantly late. Promised benefits? Never came. Respect? Non-existent. I was treated like a disposable nobody. Still, I endured. Quietly. Building my skills. Remembering every face. Every slight. Eventually, I left. I took a job with a major telecom company. One that actually valued its people. Over the years, I rose through the ranks. And one day, I landed a position where I was in charge of hiring contractors. The same kind of company my stepdad and I once worked for. And that's when the phone rang. "Hey, this is Saeed Ajmal. Just wondering if we could grab lunch sometime. I'd love to talk about joining your contractor list." It took me a second to process it. Him? The same man who fired my stepdad without a second thought was now asking me for work? I said yes. Not because I wanted to help, but because this was fate, handing me the steering wheel. We met at a fancy restaurant, one I'd always wanted to try. He came in smiling, pitching his company, talking about integrity, how they take care of their employees. I just listened, nodded, watched him talk. He had no idea who I was. Then I said, "Actually, I used to work for your company." He blinked, confused, didn't recognize me. So I asked, "Do you remember the guy who hired me back then? Irshad Iqbal?" His smile faded. His body tensed. His fork hovered in the air. That's my stepdad. And there it was. That perfect moment. The look on his face? Priceless. I leaned back, took a sip of water, then said, "Thanks for lunch, appreciate it. Unfortunately, my contractor list is already full, with companies who treat their people right. But if anything changes, I'll keep you in mind." I stood up, smiled, and walked out. Never looked back. Never heard from him again. No yelling, no confrontation. Just one silent, devastating moment. He walked into that restaurant thinking he had a deal. He left with nothing. I didn't ruin his business. I didn't need to. He did that to himself. All I did was remind him who I was and who I'd become. Revenge doesn't always come with fire and fury. Sometimes it walks in calmly, smiles politely, and closes the door. If this story hit you like it hit me, smash that like button and drop your favorite revenge moment in the comments. What's the most satisfying payback you've ever seen? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories where karma finally delivers.